Hi, I'm Dave Steenberg. I have a respect for this church that goes back many years, but in the last couple of years, the people here have made this our spiritual home, a place where we can serve and grow. When I worked with Youth Unlimited, Youth for Christ, I had a fair amount of contact with this church. Benj Gillen and John Haddo were good allies in the work of serving youth in Woodstock, and I deeply respected what they brought to youth ministry, both at this church and in the broader community. Also, my ministry at YFC benefited from the life group model that encouraged groups not simply to meet and talk, but also to get out and serve their community. The De Geer Vanderspeck group donated their time to help with the renovations of Open Sky back when it was a bike co-op. And when as the head of a pastor's group called Christians of Woodstock, I had a vision for a missions conference that would lead to more engagement between churches, the needs of Woodstock, and the ministries working to meet those needs. This church both hosted it for free and followed up by stepping into a strong partnership with YouthQuest. So when Joan and I were in a position to look for a new church home in late 2019, I already had a high opinion of this congregation as faithful to Jesus. As we tried a couple of different churches, my own conviction that I wanted to be here came from one particular moment. After an excellent sermon by Chris, there was an opportunity to come forward for prayer, and Joan felt the need to receive prayer. That was when I knew we had found our new home. The sense of home has been reinforced in a few ways. I think back to a conversation where I disagreed with someone and blurted out, "You're wrong." And after a brief pause, he gently responded, "You mean you disagree?" It was a marvelously humbling moment to be corrected by truth and grace. I need that kind of bold honesty to grow spiritually. The experience of 24/7 prayer was another powerful moment for me of experiencing IPC as my spiritual home. It was not only the sense of kinship I found with those who poured out their hearts on the walls of the prayer room, and the shared sense of God's very real presence in the room. For me, the week of prayer was the end of a journey with significant spiritual warfare. It began with God assigning me to do it on July 17th last year. So it should not have surprised me when first Pastor James and then Pastor Mike said yes to doing it. Yet as the time came close for doing it, I was struggling about it. It was such a new, untraditional idea. Would it make sense to people? Would some think it weird or extreme? Would people sign up, or would the project fail? Would I fail? It took much focus to hold on to and rest in God's assurance that the prayer room was His idea and He would meet people there. Days of trust and rest were punctuated with hours of desperate fear. The sign-up schedule stayed sparse for a long time. Yet God rallied what was needed when it was needed. The room decorating team, the emergency support team, and the sign-ups. In it all, the Lord confirmed again that in my weakness, He is strong. He showed me that IPC is a place where He has a purpose for me, a purpose that will challenge and grow me. And I need a home that challenges me to grow. I'm so glad we're here.